Welcome to Scrambled Thoughts, a place where we share our breakdowns and analysis of popular Hollywood movies. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So what do you want to talk about, sir? Yeah, I just want to talk about the movie I watched the other night on Netflix called The Silence. It's about a family who encounters a swarm of deadly alien-like creatures that hunt by sound. Just like the creatures from John Krasinski's, yes, A Quiet Place.
Right.
They kind of look like genetically engineered mini pterodactyls on steroids, gone awry. Now the family, they have to fight their way out of this calamitous ordeal, obviously.
Sure,
now instead of just staying home and creating a fortress around them, like what the New York one lady is suggesting in this scene,
CDC is warning to stay in your homes.
the whole family decides to leave at a drop of a hat.
Where are they going?
No one really knows. This movie has a lot of derivative elements, which I'll get into later.
Oh boy.
Anyway, there's mom, dad, grandma, 2 kids, and Uncle Glenn. Uncle Glenn, the tough guy family friend played by John Corbett, reminds me a lot of Louis Madlock. For those of you movie buffs out there, I don't need to tell you that Madlock was a character played by Burt Reynolds in the 1970 thriller
Deliverance. Right. Yes.
Which is on Netflix also if you want to catch it.
Terrific movie.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch Deliverance again then sit through this movie.
Now we could all use a guy like Uncle Glenn to lead the way. Right? He is tough, as hinted in Dad's little backstory.
You're riding with Uncle Glenn, so he's a tough guy in times like this.
Knows how to handle a firearm.
Everybody in the car.
And again, just like Lewis in Deliverance, is the type that would pretty much take you by the hand and lead you to safety or higher ground. Until this happens.
You throw a monkey wrench into the plot.
What are you doing? Why do you want those?
I'm gonna shoot you if you don't go. That's what I'm gonna do. You gotta go take care of your family.
What are we gonna do, Lewis? You're the guy with the answer. What the hell do we do now?
Now you get to play the game.
So what now? What happens now? Well, it's time for Dad to buck up like Ed Gentry. Remember Ed Gentry?
Yes, Ed Gentry.
Right? John Voight's
character.
And here's the scene with Dad holding a rifle.
Yeah, time to man up, Dad.
And here's John Voight holding his own against the bad guys. No, the movie, don't get me wrong, which boasts a stellar cast. There's award-winning actor Stanley Tucci. Did I pronounce that right? Stanley Tucci,
right.
Playing the dad. Kiernan Brennan Shipka from the Netflix series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina were simply not enough to carry the entire movie. You see, the movie didn't even try to prove that it's more than just a rehash of its predecessors. Here's what I mean. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Here's a scene with Tippi Hedren getting eaten alive by the birds.
Classic.
And then here's The Silence. Instead of birds, they use CGI bats. How about this scene from World War Z? Family sitting in a car in the middle of traffic. You could feel the tension in the air. I realize this is missing an awful lot in The Silence.
Which one came out first, this or A Quiet Place?
Which one came out? Well, this one came out first. It's based on a novel written by Tim Lieben that predates A Quiet Place. Well, here's another plot point, or should I say a cookie cutter plot point, because you've seen this in every damn horror genre out there. You see, whether it's the Saviors or the Whisperers from The Walking Dead, the inclusion of something even more dangerous than the zombies or any cataclysmic event, just to break the monotony, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's introduced here as well, but in the form of a dangerous cult called the Hush.
Ooh, scary.
I actually like the idea of introducing this element, and I particularly appreciate the standoff scene between Tucci's character and the leader of the cult, played by Billy McClellan.
Okay.
Sadly, the arrival of this in the third act comes a little too late, I think. You would need a whole season or at least a few episodes to fully develop this crucial element.
Of course, yes.
So the movie, they end the movie abruptly with scenes reminiscent of the kidnapping in King Kong of all movies. And the ending of World War Z, when the main character is talking about how humans are adapting to this strange new world, same thing.
Same thing.
It's the same.
Will we adapt to this new world of silence and remember what it is that separates us from them?
If you can fight, fight. Help each other.
The silence pales in comparison with World War Z and A Quiet Place, and might have been better off, I believe, as a short-lived TV series rather than a full-length film.
Interesting.
Let us know what you think, folks. If you agree with us or not, I would love to hear your opinion. The Silence is PG-13 for sci-fi horror violence and terror and some profanity. Hit the like button if you like this video, or you can also hit the subscribe button to catch the latest videos. Thanks for watching, guys.
Take care.